Good morning, children. Today in this video I would be covering about the merits of partnership, demerits of partnership, partnership deed, as well as types of partnership. Before I move on to the merits of partnership and demerits of partnership, let us recapitulate from the last video what do we mean by partnership and what are its key features. When we talk about the word partnership, children, partnership is a voluntary association of two or more persons who agree to carry on some business jointly and share in the profits and losses of the business. The people who enter into partnership as individuals are called as partners and collectively they form a firm. This was about partnership, children. Now, let me recapitulate once again about the key features of partnership. The key features of partnership are two or more persons, agreement, lawful business, sharing of profits, mutual agency, utmost good faith among the partners, unlimited liability, and restriction on transfer of interest. Now, moving further to the merits of partnership and demerits of partnership. First of all, let us know what are the merits of partnership. The first one is ease of formation, which simply means easy to form. Children, a partnership is simple to form, it is inexpensive to establish and easy to operate. Children, there are no legal formalities being involved in making a partnership. No formal documents are to be prepared. Only an agreement is required. Even children, the registration of the firm is not compulsory in case of partnership. And partnership can be dissolved easily at any time. Moving on to the next point, which says larger financial resources. Yes, children, it is possible to collect large amount of capital because there are number of partners in case of partnership, which was not possible in case of sole proprietorship. New partners, children, can be added on to the partnership to raise further the capital whenever necessary. Moving on to the next point, that is combined abilities and judgment. Children, in case of partnership, there are number of people. So the skills and the experiences of all the partners are pooled together, are clubbed together, so that the combined judgment of several persons help to reduce the error of judgment. Partners may be assigned children duties according to their own talents and skills so that the partnership can be a success. Moving on to the next point, which says direct motivation. Children, ownership and management of business are vested in the same persons. There is direct relationship, children, between the effort and reward. When we speak up so, it means the more efforts, the more would be the rewards. Every partner so is motivated to work hard so that there is success of the firm. Moving on to the next point, which says close supervision. Children, every partner is expected to take personal interest in the affairs of the partnership business. Different persons, or we can say different partners, can maintain personal contacts with the employees and customers. The next point is flexibility of operations. Partnership business, children, is free from legal restrictions and government control. Partners can make changes in the size of the business as well as in the capital and managerial structure without any kind of approvals required from anyone. The next point is secrecy. Children, in case of partnership firm, it is not required to publish any kind of annual accounts Audit of accounts is also not essential, and no reports are to be filed with the government authorities. Therefore, the affairs of the partnership business can easily be kept secret and confidential. Moving on to the next point, which says cooperation. Partnership children encourages mutual cooperation and trust among people. Partners, they work in common towards the benefit of all and do their best for the business prosperity. Moving on to the next point, which says scope of expansion. Yes, children, in case of partnership, there are possibilities for expansion and growth of business, as more partners can be taken in to meet the financial and managerial requirements of the growing business, which was not possible in case of sole proprietorship. Now, moving on to the demerits of partnership. The first demerit is limited resources. Yes, children, in case of partnership also, there is a limit to the maximum number of partners in a firm. Therefore, it is not possible, children, to collect huge financial resources. Borrowing capacity of partners is also limited. A partnership firm, children, may not provide the required technical and administrative skills which are required to carry on the business smoothly. Moving on to the next point, that is unlimited liability. Children, every partner is fully liable for the debts of the partnership business. Fear of risk may restrict them to take initiatives towards the growth of the business. Private properties of the partners may also be taken up for paying off the liabilities of the business. So, this is one of the limitations of partnership. The next point is uncertain life. Partnership business, children, suffer from instability, insolvency, retirement, death of partners, which may further lead to abrupt end of the business. That is, if supposingly any partner dies or becomes insolvent or leaves the partnership, in that case the business has to come to an end. Any partner can give a notice and he may lead to dissolution of the partnership business. The next point is conflict. Yes, children, there are conflicts in the partnership business also. Lack of confidence, unity, harmony among the partners may lead to delayed decisions and inefficiency, and it may further lead to the conflicts, and there may be a lack of secrecy also. Moving on to the next demerit is risk of implied agency. Yes, children, every partner in case of a partnership business is an agent of the firm. A dishonest partner can cause great loss to the firm, as he may not take the decisions for the benefit of all the partners. All the partners may suffer due to the negligence or dishonesty of one partner. So, this is one of the demerits of partnership business. Next is blocking of capital. A partnership or a partner wanting to withdraw his capital from the firm cannot do so unless other partners agree on it. So, in that case, he may be deprived of higher returns on his capital, which he may get outside the partnership business. This is also one of the drawbacks, children. Now, moving on to the next topic, that is partnership deed or agreement. Children, as discussed earlier also, a partnership can be formed only through an agreement between two or more persons. This agreement may be, children, either oral or in writing. A written agreement, children, is preferable. It serves as a record for future. Further, a written agreement helps to resolve the disputes if they arise in the partnership business. Children, a written agreement of partnership is called a partnership deed. Now, children, what does this partnership deed contain? It contains all the terms and conditions on which a partnership has been formed. A partnership deed, children, is not a public document. It can be altered, that is, there can be changes being done in this partnership deed at any point of time, but with the mutual consent of all the partners. No formalities are required for altering, for making any kind of changes in the partnership deed. What all details are there in the partnership deed? First of all, there is name of the firm, children. There is the nature of the firm's business, as to what kind of business the firm would be doing. It also contains the principal place of business, as to where this business would be carried out, at what location. It also contains the duration of partnership, as to for how long is this partnership. It also contains, children, the name and address of all the partners, the profit sharing ratio of the partners, the rate of interest if would be paid on the capital and drawings. It also contains the amount of salary or commission to be paid towards the partners. So, children, this was about partnership deed or agreement. Now, moving on to the last topic for today, that is types of partnership. Children, when we talk about the different types of partnership, there are 4 types of partnership. Children, the first one is general partnership. Second is limited liability partnership, which is also called as LLP. The third one is partnership at will, and the fourth one is particular partnership. Now let us discuss about each one of them. The first one is general partnership. When we speak about, children, the general partnership, in this kind of partnership, it means that the firm's creditors can release their duties in full form any of the partners by attaching their personal property if the firm's assets are found to be inadequate to pay off its debt. That is, the liability of each partner is unlimited in nature. That is, in case of any kind of loss towards the business, the partners are liable to pay off the losses through their own assets. The second point is act as part in the management of the firm. Children, in case of general partnership, each partner of the general partnership is entitled to take an active part in the management of the firm, so that he is responsible towards the working of the firm. Now, moving on to the next type of partnership, which is limited liability partnership. Children, this kind of partnership, first of all, is formed under the Act 2008. A limited liability partnership, children, must be registered. When we say it must be registered, it means it must be registered under the Act 2008 with a minimum of 2 partners. There is no limit, children, on the maximum number of partners in case of LLP, that is limited liability partnership. Moving on to the next point of key features of limited liability partnership, that is separate legal entity and perpetual succession. Now, when we speak out that separate legal entity, children, let us know what does it mean. Children, just like the corporation or company, a limited liability partnership has a separate legal entity. It is completely liable for its assets. Also, the liability of the partners' children in case of LLP is limited to their contribution in the LLP. So, the creditors of the limited liability partnership are not the creditors of individual partners. That is, in case of LLP, they need not sell off their personal assets for the business, for the partnership. Children, it simply means that the partners have limited liability. In case of any kind of loss towards the business, that is the partnership business, they need not sell off their personal assets. They are not liable to do so. Children, when we talk about perpetual succession, what does that mean? Children, as in case of partnership, that is the general partnership firm, a limited liability partnership can continue its existence even after the retirement, insanity, insolvency, and even death of one or more partners. It can enter into a contract and hold property in its name. That simply means that in case of LLP, the partnership firm is separate from the partners. Any kind of retirement, insolvency of any partner does not disturb the working of the partnership firm. The next point is liability of partners is limited. It simply means that no partner would be liable on account of any unauthorized or independent action of other partners. The next point is it needs to maintain annual accounts. Children, an LLP must maintain annual accounts, which was not compulsory in case of general partnership. It needs to maintain the accounts which should reflect the true and fair view of the state of affairs of the business. The next point is it is hybrid form of business organization. Now children, when we talk about hybrid form of business organization, what does it mean? Children, when we talk about the hybrid form of business organization, it simply means it is a mixture of both partnership as well as company form of business. That is, LLP, children, is governed by the LLP Act 2008. There are minimum 2 partners required to incorporate an LLP, whereas there is no upper limit for the maximum number of partners in case of LLP. Children, an LLP is a corporate body. When we say it is a corporate body, we simply means it has a common seal. It has the right to hold, buy, sell the property. An LLP, children, enjoys the right of limited liability, that is, the partners are not liable to pay in case the LLP faces any kind of problems. And LLP, children, is a separate legal entity similar to a company. That is, it is not dissolved, it is not affected by the retirement, insanity, insolvency of any of the partners. The business of an LLP partnership keeps on carrying out without being affected by the death, insolvency, insanity, retirement of any of the partners. So, the partners of LLP cannot be held, children, liable for the acts of another partner in the LLP business. Children, in case of LLP, the shares can be transferred. Whereas, if you remember, we had talked that in case of general partnership, the shares cannot be transferred without the consent of other partners. In case of children LLP, it is mandatory to file the annual returns, which was not important to file the accounts in case of general partnership. So we can say, children, that the LLP is a hybrid form of business organization. It has the features of both company as well as partnership. So children, this was about LLP. Now there are certain advantages of LLP and certain disadvantages also. The first advantage of an LLP is separate legal entity. Just like, children, a corporation or company, an LLP is a separate legal entity. It is completely liable for its assets. Also, the liability of the partners in case of LLP is limited to their contribution in LLP. The next point is it is stable. In case of LLP, the liability of partners is limited. They have not to take any kind of unlimited risk. The next point is huge funds for expansion. Yes, children, in case of LLP, there are huge funds available for expansion and growth of business, as there is no limit on the number of partners. Now, let us know some disadvantages of LLP. Formalities of incorporation. That is, it has to be registered under the Act. So, there is lot of documentation required, children, which leads to spending of time and money. The next point is less secrecy. There is less secrecy of business affairs in case of LLP because everything has to be penned down in a fair way for maintaining the accounts. Now, moving on to the next type of partnership, that is partnership at will. Children, it is a partnership form of business in which there is indefinite period. That is, it is formed for an indefinite period. The time period for this type of partnership and the purpose of the firm, children, is not mentioned at the time of the formation of this kind of partnership. It may continue for any length or time depending upon the willingness of the partners. The next point is dissolved by notice. Yes, children, this kind of partnership can be dissolved by the partners by giving a notice to the other partners of his desire to quit the firm. The next type of partnership is partnership of particular, that is particular partnership. It is a partnership, children, which is formed for a specific time period, or we can also say to achieve specified objectives. The next point is automatically dissolved. Yes, children, this type of partnership automatically dissolves on the expiry of the specified period or on the completion of specific purpose for which it was formed. So, children, this was all about partnership, merits, demerits, partnership deed, and types of partnership. Thank you, and be ready with your doubts over the Microsoft Teams. Take care.